Hey everybody, this is Perch, and this is one of those dad Perch videos that probably would have gotten me into trouble. I was thinking about this video while I was driving around. I haven't been in the car. I haven't in quite a long time. So I'm on one hand, I'm getting angry. On the other hand, I'm just enjoying driving around. It's one of those cases where I was kind of checking out the phone and looking at some activity that was going on, and then got in the car kind of like dumbasses. And I'm like, I go for the headset to go just record a video, but headset wasn't in the car because, like I said, I've been traveling around, so I had packed it away, and then I just enjoy the car ride. I hadn't driven this car for a while, and it's almost a romantic experience. Just driving around this car just felt very good. It was just calm and relaxing, and just what you kind of hope for. Sorry, children. Sorry. Anyway, so now home doing the video, and cooled down a little bit, and so it's going to be probably a lot of the heat's gone. So it probably won't be as good a video. But what I'm hoping is that 95% of you, at least, it would be better if that number was even higher, will hear this and go, yeah, no shit. Because it really is kind of that, it is that kind of comment. It's called How Not to Buy Yourself Trouble. Now, what kind of precipitated this? But in fairness, you see this play out almost every day. And there's a game that goes on social media with comics that drives me crazy. And the reason it drives me crazy is because it repeats over and over and over. It's like people never get tired of this bullshit that goes back and forth. And maybe this is part of the reason why, people say, you always look at two extremes or fence sitting or any of that kind of stuff. It's because you see this stuff goes down. It's so predictable because you've seen it 10,000 times before. So the one today, it's this dialogue that has gone on, frankly, already many loops, and is comics a customer service industry? I said my piece about it yesterday, a day before, whenever this video goes out. I have no idea. Anyway, I recorded a customer service video like 4 days ago, so the timeline's all weird. This is like Linearverse kind of stuff here. But basically, there's this guy, Joe Glass, and he's an independent comic creator, and he does a number of comics on the indie scene. I think his biggest one is probably The Pride, which is a superhero team. It's LGBTQ content aimed at. And I think he got it published through Dark Horse. He got this omnibus out, and he's proud of that, and he should be. He got a comic, got some material out through a major publisher, printed. You should be proud. You can't and in many cases, that's actually the weird part. Be proud of your Pride comic. Just the end. Be proud. I nobody's ever going to pass this along to Joe Glass. I'm sure he does not listen to this channel, but if I was to, in looking at this back and forth that went on, I had this strange desire to reach out to Joe Glass, be like, hey, you're not going to listen to me regardless, but just you have a comic out, you have an omnibus out. The end. Just be happy with what you got. But the drama is this very predictable stage where he or others, and in this case, he will poke the quote unquote other side. So he starts going on about, comics is not a customer service job. And again, if you hear my other video, you have my perspective on that. It is a customer service job. It's not a customer service job like fast food, but it is everything. When you're a creator trying to make money for your work is in some sense customer service. So we're splitting hairs at this point. It's all kind of stupid. But to get up on a high horse and say it is not, you're being too specific here. The broader point is missing. Now, in fairness, maybe the people arguing it on the other side are also not arguing it on the level either. So who knows? But at any rate, so he does multiple tweets talking about how it's ridiculous. People who say it don't know what they're talking about. They don't know anything about the comic industry. And what's interesting here is there's this argument of diminishment that's taking place. And this is maybe the dad Perch kind of comment, is on one hand, you got people saying, this is a customer service industry. It's no different than selling hot dogs. It's a hot dog vendor kind of job. And, which there's a negative connotation at it. Basically, no matter how much people like to say, no, it's not meant that way. It is. It's like, you're just a hot dog vendor. It's that you're just this. Now, that's not how I know some people mean it. That's not how Steve Jobs meant it when he said he was in the customer service industry, but that's how it comes across as an insult. So to respond to that, then the other side does an insult. So in Joe's case, it's the people who are saying that don't know what they're talking about. Those people don't know anything about comics, which is, again, you don't know anything about. You're just, everybody's calling each other ignorant and lesser. But here's the head exploding part. So Joe does this. He does these tweets of it. He puts in his bio, not a hot dog vendor. So it's like Joe Glass, not a hot dog vendor. Now, why did he put that in his bio? I mean, to poke the other side, because it is the other side. I believe it was Zach or Richard Meyer. I believe he was the one who originally did the hot dog vendor analogy. I did a video like a year ago saying I thought it wasn't a great analogy. I had lots of people come in there going, "How dare you? You don't like Zach? Screw you!" And it's like, again, I just don't think the analogy is perfect. But you can believe what you want. Where I'm a grown adult, so I hope you are too. You can believe whatever you feel like. Anyway. The point is, when you put that stuff in your bio, when you like literally in your headline, Joe Glass, not a hot dog vendor, what you're doing is that you're throwing a rock at the other side. And so sure enough, Joe then a day or two later, I don't know, whenever he did it, he posts hey, I'm kind of on hard times. I could use some promotion, which is a constant cycle with a lot of indie creators. They come in, they yell at people, and then they ask for money. This is not just Joe. This happens all over the place. And, wish people wouldn't do that. Yeah, I mean, I think there is a common sense element going in here of, hey, if you don't antagonize a group of people, then when you ask for money, you're more likely to get it. But this is a system that feeds on itself. So he asked for money in his tweet asking for money. There's a handful of people. I don't know. I was trying to count it up at one point, but like I blocked several of the people, and several of the people had blocked me in that thread. So I think I counted like 11 people who came in, suggesting he eat cat food, or telling him this is why we say it's a customer. So basically, just kind of punking him back. Then, and this is the completion of the trifecta of this crappy cycle that goes on and on and on. Then Joe Posey, I asked for help at a bunch of Comicsgate chuds. By the way, chud is so 2019. Like you sound like a moron if you're still using the word chud. It's cringy in all the bad ways. You sound like an idiot at this point. It's so 2019. Anyway, so he's like, a bunch of Comicsgate people went and attacked me. And then, of course, a number of his friends retweeted and kind of promoted his, I could use some money and, please buy my comics. And the cycle continues. But what irked me and what kind of got me onto this entire thread was I never antagonize these people. I never say anything, but they always seem to attack me. And it's like, okay, come on. Come on now. If you're going to play. But if you're going to post in your freaking bio, in your name, not a hot dog vendor, you're taking a shot at somebody. You know it. Stop pretending like you're just this innocent little flower just wandering down the field. I don't even know what that means. Flowers don't move, but you got the idea. You know what you're doing. And this is a cycle that goes on continuously. And by the way, now I'll just piss off the other group of people. It is the same kind of thing that happens when a bunch of people, and you see this happen where like Chip Zdarsky will post something, or Donnie Cates will post something, and he's unaffiliated. We saw it with J. Scott Campbell at one point. They don't make comments one way or another about Comicsgate or any kind of comics, anything. And people will go in, and it's similar to it's similar to the obsession over people saying, "Do you like John Malin?" To me, they go into the comments and they're like, "Are you Comicsgate? Are you Comicsgate? Are you Comicsgate?" And they'll post this like 50 times. And eventually the creator will get pissed and say, "Screw you, F you." And then suddenly it's like, oh my God, why is he yelling at us? It's like, because you were annoying. You were annoying as hell. Come on, you have to know this at this point. I'm sorry. I'm sure I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody right now, but if you constantly chirp away in somebody's tweet over and over and over, if you pester them, eventually you're going to piss them off. No matter what you're saying, eventually you're going to piss them off. And you see this happen again and again and again. People just can't be cool about it. It is like the guy sidling up to the bar and constantly harassing them, like, do you want to drink? 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 Until the girl finally like throws the drink in his face, and he's like, why is she so pissed? It's like, because you were annoying. That's why. This whole cycle of kind of attention begging and then kind of lashback and everything else, it's God, it's tiring. And unfortunately, the cynical part of me feels like it is a complete and utter game. It is, I'm going to roll out this this tweet, kind of poking and looking for a reaction for the other side, because look, Joe Glass has made several comics. I do, you know what? I wish him this. I do wish him success. Nothing would make me happier if the guy just has a career in comics and he's making them and he's making money and he's good. I mean that legitimate. I'm not full of shit. I mean it. I think anybody who wants to make comics, has a drive and a passion to make comics, who lives and breathes comics, I mean, I wish them well. Now, I don't, if they have no talent, then I'm not going to give them my money. But if somebody wants to make comics, I hope everybody gets to live their dream. Look, if some guy on the street wants to be an astronaut, I hope they get to accomplish that dream. Now, it goes without saying that if the person is scared of heights, doesn't like enclosed spaces, has no mechanical ability, and can't get along with others, and has a very rudimentary knowledge of both math and English language, that person should not be an astronaut. However, I'm a parent, so of course, I hope everybody gets to achieve their dreams, of course. But, they also have to do the work. So the ridiculous part of all this is, I mean, again, Joe's making comics. He's got books out. He's got an omnibus, again, by Dark Horse. I mean, success. Keep making more comics. The game of, the cynical part of me believes that this game of poke the other side, get a reaction, immediately cry, why are the people beating up on me? Get some more promotion, wait a couple weeks, poke the other side again, and continue this circle around and around and around. The cynical part of me believes you've slipped into a model where that's the only way you get attention, where that's all that's left. That the kind of the basic understanding of how to write and make comics and all the rest is gone. And all that's left is this kind of trolling circle jerk on Twitter that produces really nothing of value. I want everybody to escape from that. I don't think that's healthy. I don't think that's healthy for anyone involved. The people doing it, the people reacting to it, the people reacting to the reaction, all that kind of stuff. I think it's just gross. It certainly has nothing to do with comics. And I think it's easy to fall into that trap because you get a little bit from it. I'm sure that there will be a brief bump and spike in Joe's comic sales this month because he was able to come out and say, look, everybody's attacking me and things are, I laid myself bare, basically. I said I need some help. And some people attacked me. And some people come in and they'll give him the sympathy dollar for that. And, cool. He got that and everything else. But that's just that's the absolute worst way to be funded, to actually be supported. I feel bad for the guy. Because if he's making comics, I'd want those comics just sell as comics, not sell because there's some kind of protest statement against somebody who made a video who insulted him because he was asking for money after he talked about customer service. I mean, Jesus, it's painful. So I guess two things here. One, this cycle is gross. Stop it. Everybody just live on your own merits, period. The end. Number two, if you're gonna, just like when I posted that video saying I disagree with the hot dog vendor analogy, I knew there would be people who would come into it who would say, how dare you, sir? How dare you? I knew it was going to happen. So you'll notice that when I posted that video, I didn't immediately put a bunch of stuff in the comments going, oh my God, why is everybody having such a bad reaction to this video? What the F do I think is going to happen? If you're going to make comments on this stuff, if you're going to poke people, you're going to get poked back. There is no such thing as I'm going to troll people and then everything will be completely fine. Nobody will ever come back at me. You live in a crazy bubble if you think that's the case. But again, none of this is healthy for comics. So take it from Dad. You don't need it. You don't need it. Especially Joe, you've got printed comics. What are you even doing? Be better than this. It's and plus to throw out everybody's attacking me over. I mean, who cares? Let me give you one other piece of advice. If you find yourself continuously enraged and irritated and frustrated by something that Richard Meyer puts out or Ethan puts out or whatever it happens to be, if those people are trolling you, punking you, putting out videos that make you sad, make you angry, make you enraged because you feel they're knocking you, here's what you need to do. Block those people, block those channels so you don't see them anymore, put your head down, make more comics. That's what you do. That's what you should do. Because obsessing over them is all time that is not going to making comics. And it doesn't matter. To you as a comic creator, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to listen to this advice anyway. But this is all very silly. If there are people who regularly get under your skin, stop paying attention to those people. Don't lean into it. I know for a fact, because I've talked to them, I know several comic creators who regularly get pissed at stuff that Meyer posts, and they're subscribed to his channel. What are you doing? What in the world are you doing? If you that stuff makes you insane, don't voluntarily put it into your blood system. Anyway, otherwise, I have to believe this is all just a game. It doesn't really bother you that badly. If you're posting little things, if you're putting stuff in your bio to tweak and poke at these people, then you enjoy the game. That's a conclusion I have. You enjoy this game. I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. I've offended everybody. Who have I not offended at this point? BTS sucks as a band. Thanks for listening.